right, and for the last story, we are in a place where there's always some good news coming out, and that is New York City. Now, if you guys remember, congestion pricing has been going on back and forth, this battle between the Trump administration and New York's Governor Hochul and the city of New York about trying to remove it, trying to keep it in, and it went to court. Well, a judge has ruled, at least temporarily, on the Trump administration's efforts to end New York's congestion pricing. Let's take a look.
New York City's congestion pricing will remain in drive at least another couple weeks after a federal judge issued a temporary restraining order against the Trump administration, preventing the president from punishing New York for not slamming the brakes on the program, which charges most drivers $9 to visit the busiest parts of Manhattan.
The traffic has improved a little bit, but the pricing is ridiculous.
There's less traffic.
You've noticed a big difference.
Oh, yeah, big difference.
The federal government threatening to cut off some transportation funding if the city doesn't end the program.
One of the things that a lot of people have been put off by is the idea that the federal government's going to step in and tell New York City how to deal with its traffic problem.
President Trump calling out congestion pricing in his early days in office, including this post from February wearing a crown and declaring congestion pricing is dead.
They're taking.
Wait, we gotta. I never saw this. What is? Wow. I don't know how this happened in February. I don't know how I missed this. Long live the king. Congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan, all New York saved. Long live the king, President Donald Trump. Well, all right then.
Is dead.
They're taking, many dollars out of your pocket.
But as the legal gridlock continues, the city's transportation authority says the early returns are stellar for the first plan of its kind in the country. The MTA says in April alone, 2.3 million fewer cars entered the congestion zone than would have if the plan wasn't in place. In the first 3 months of the year, a whopping 8.1 million fewer drove through the area.
Car crashes are down, bus ridership is up, subway ridership is up.
One New York congressman summed it up as less about the location of the tolls and more about the federal government getting involved in what is typically city and state traffic plans and the precedent that might set.
All right, so as far as congestion pricing goes, my personal opinion, I do agree. I think, this is a New York thing. If New York wants to toll or tax their people more money, hey, the voters voted for it. And if they don't like it, let them vote the leaders of New York out of office and get it changed. I don't think the federal government should be trying to step in and force change on this issue. Let the people of New York decide. Now, like I've already said about congestion pricing, it's what I said about traffic in general. If you make it more expensive to drive, obviously less people will drive. Congestion alone is not enough to stop Americans from getting on the road. But if you hit people in the pocket, as the cost to drive goes up, the number of people driving goes down. It's an inverse relationship. That's basic logic. My only question about congestion pricing in New York was how would it impact the areas that don't have the congestion pricing, those roads up there, and would it really have a negative impact on business? And that's why I was curious to see how things play out after about a year or so, see what the businesses say, see what the people in the surrounding boroughs and neighborhoods say about congestion pricing. But I do agree. I don't think the federal government should be stepping in and trying to stop this. Let the people of New York decide. If they don't like it, they need to vote for different politicians. And then that's how you get rid of it. But the federal government shouldn't be involved in this.
All right, Sam Brock in New York. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about.
All right, we're going to end it there.